Congratulations, South Kitsap Fire and Rescue, job number 30161 on your new fire apparatus. Please use this job number when referencing your apparatus with Hughes Fire Equipment and Pierce Manufacturing. Let's get started on a brief orientation of your new apparatus. Let's take a look at all of the sides of your apparatus, and then we'll break down some of the components on your apparatus. Let's get started on the front bumper of your new apparatus. Starting with the front bumper, in the center section, you'll find two tow hooks on the right and left. Located on the driver's side, you'll find your electronic siren and PA speaker. Moving up onto the body, you'll find your right and left turn indicator. Just inside of that, your headlight, low beam, and high beam cluster. In the center of the grille, near the Pierce logo, you'll find two forward-facing emergency lights. And on the very top of the hood, you'll find your pull handle for accessing the engine. Also located on the side, you'll find two mirrors. Lower is going to be a convex and the upper will be a flat mirror. And on the very top of the apparatus, your running lights and emergency light bar. Once again, just a close-up of those emergency lights on the front grille. Here is an image of your department logo on the right and left door. Moving on to the actual body of the vehicle, you'll find South Kitsap Fire and Rescue located at the top. Let's start down on the left-hand side of the vehicle. Starting in the front, you'll find an emergency warning light facing the side. Located on the top of the fender, you'll find a turn indicator. Moving up onto the body itself, you'll find this air vent on the driver's side of the vehicle. And moving just down by the fender section, you'll find two latches, one on the right and left. Releasing these latches by simply lifting will allow you to access the hood. Located underneath, you'll find perimeter lighting. Moving up into the silver tank, you'll find your diesel. Just to the rear of that, in the black tank blue cap, you'll find your DEF fill location. Moving up onto the body itself, you have locking door latches. And at the very top, a convenience pull handle to gain access in and out of the cab. Let's go ahead and start mid-section of your apparatus. We'll start in this section in this larger picture. First, let's start with the latch to gain access behind your pump panel. Moving up to the top, you're going to find this large pump discharge gauge. Just beneath that pump discharge gauge, you'll find your pump intake gauge. Moving up onto the very top, you'll find a set of rocker switches. This is going to be your panel lights, left and right scene, and some future switches. Moving down in the blue section, you'll find your water level. Moving all the way down, you'll find two ports. One is vacuum and the other is pressure. They're currently plugged. Moving just to the right of that, you'll find your TPG Pierce throttle pressure governor control. And just beneath that, you'll find a speaker for audible alarms. Let's move further down in the next section. This is going to be where your valves are located. This is the number one cross lay in yellow. Moving to the right in red, this will be the number one driver's side discharge, 2.5-inch discharge. Moving to the right of that, you'll find the number two passenger side discharge in orange, 2.5-inch. And you'll also find your tank fill and recirculating line. Just down from that, you'll find the number two cross lay in white. Moving to the right, on the passenger side, in green, this is your large diameter passenger side discharge. And to the right, you'll find your tank to pump. Moving down from that location, you'll find this warning label regarding pressurized caps and the associated hazards while under pressure. You'll find your recirculating engine cooler. Moving to the right, you'll find a label or placard regarding the priming system and how to operate that, in addition with the fire pump primer. As we move just down from that, you'll find your 2.5-inch discharge. This is on the driver's side. In the large section here, chrome cap, you'll find your large diameter intake. And to the right, you'll find your maintenance schedule for 150, 200, and 250 test pressures. Further down, you'll find a air chuck inlet, auto charger when plugged into shore power, your pump drain, your access for plugging in the vehicle for shore power, and then also your 2.5-inch auxiliary inlet. Once again, some close-ups of the auto charger. This will activate when plugged in, pump drain, and also shoreline inlet. Moving back to the body itself, let's start at the very top, upper section, left corner. You'll find a scene light, and also in the front, you'll find your water tank level indicator. Moving down to the base area, you'll find a roll-up door. Underneath that roll-up door, or just underneath that section, you'll find your wheel chock location. Inside the compartment, you'll find your shore power auto battery charger. Underneath, once again, this is the location for your wheel chocks that are folding. And all the way to the very back of the apparatus, you'll find a scene light and also an emergency warning light. Let's go ahead and move down from this location. There's an additional roll-up door in this area. Once again, inside those compartments, you'll find adjustable shelving. Now moving to the passenger side, similar layout to the opposite side. You'll find, once again, the side scene lights and warning lights in the very rear section. And up in the front, you'll also find the scene light. Once again, in this compartment, you'll find an adjustable shelf, roll-up door, and also interior lighting. In this compartment, you'll find the ability to add adjustable shelving, roll-up door, and also inside lighting. In the front section, same as the opposite side, scene light and also your water tank level indicator. We're now to the midsection of the pump on the passenger side. Let's talk about some of the components here. Once again, green, this is going to be the large diameter discharge on the passenger side. And then you have a warning label here regarding pressurized caps and the associated hazards with that. Moving down, you'll find your large diameter pump intake. And moving to the right, in orange, you'll find a 2.5-inch discharge port. Just beneath all of those, you'll find discharge drains. Let's go ahead and move to the rear section of your apparatus. As you can see, the Chevron visible safety tape. Let's move down to the lower left by the ladder area. You'll find your rear scene lights and also your hose bed lights. Moving up to the top of the apparatus, once again, you're going to find on the ladder side an additional tank indicator regarding green, blue, orange, and red, red being empty. In the very center, you'll find your backup camera. Ladder on the left-hand side, scene lights on right and left. In addition, within the very center, your traffic advisor. This is the scene light on the left-hand side. Moving to the center, you'll find your reverse or backup camera. Just above that, you'll find your flashing traffic advisor with controls from the inside of the cab. To the right, you'll find once again a scene light. One thing I didn't mention is on the top sections, you'll also find a red marker light at the very top, a small bullet style at the very top. Let's move back down to the ladder section here. You can see you have a ladder on the left-hand side, some additional warning and hazard labels there behind it, and just beneath that, those two switches for the lights. To the right, you'll find your direct tank fill, indications on how to open it. It is a wheel valve. Also located in the center is your large rear dump port. If you look on the very top of that dump port, you'll find a black latch. This is for extending that port out to the right or to the left. And as you can see just in the section here, that now has been fully extended out so that you gain access to the side of your apparatus. There is also a lever on the top which allows it to swivel from left to right. This is the mechanism here for allowing that to happen. Located in the very center, once again on the left side, is your wheel valve. You'll also find additional valves here, which are manual at the very top, in addition with a port plug on the right-hand side. Let's move up to the very top of the apparatus. On the very top, you'll find clearly visibly marked locations for walking. You'll also find non-skid tape on the top of that. We're now moved down into the driver's section. You'll find at the base of the seat this manufactured by Pierce Manufacturing label. This houses the year of manufacture, Feb 2017, job number, gross vehicle weight rating, and also all of your fluid levels and VIN number. Let's go ahead and move just inside the cab. This is going to be from the driver's seat looking in. You'll see the steering wheel there, and also from the left-hand side, you'll see the key ignition. Let's go ahead and start at the door panel. On the door panel, you have your controls for window control, and also this label here for height, length, gross vehicle, and also your job. Moving up to the very top, you'll find your speed control. Moving down from that, RMS, ACC, and set and coast. This is for your cruise control. Moving further down from that, you'll find your headlight control and parking lights. And all the way down the very last, you'll find your increase and decrease for panel lights. Located on the column, you'll find your turn left and right. You'll also find flash if you want to pull on the column here. It'll flash your headlights, and also windshield wiper control. On the dash itself, you'll find your flow minder. This is for your air restriction. You'll also find your Allison transmission pad. And at the very top, you'll find your backup camera monitor. Located in the center of the dash between the two air conditioning vents, you'll find your traffic advisor. Moving down, you'll find 3 indicator lights for OK to pump. We'll talk about those in the next set of images. Also, you'll find the yellow pull to apply for parking brake and push to release. And at the very bottom, you'll find your climate control for fan speed, location, and temperature. Here's a close-up of that backup camera, monitor I should say. And as we look, this is the center, not the best picture of this, but this is your traffic advisor. Moving down, you'll find a protected switch here, which is your PTO pump with an indicator on it. You'll also find a high idle switch, an alarm reset, moving to the right of this location, you'll find a digital readout here regarding the information as to the cab configuration and engine information. Also to the right, you'll find 3 additional light up switches: do not move truck, OK to engage the high idle, and a battery switch. You'll also find the cab has 2 possibilities for personnel. First, red indicating that not person seatbelted, and green indicating someone is belted. As we move down to the next set of switches, you'll find transmission information here for your differential, mirror heat, also your regen switch, and locked for your differential. Also a future switch location. Moving to the right-hand side, this is going to be the passenger side of the vehicle. On the entry point by the door, you'll find a push electronic siren foot pedal. Also underneath this cab area, you'll find access for your batteries, and you'll also find your positive jump start stud located here, protected in red with the plus sign on it. And then just off to the side to the left, you'll find the black indicator for the negative side of the battery jump start stud. Once again, these are both protected with covers on those, and be cautious in using them and refer to your owner's manual. Congratulations, South Kitsap Fire and Rescue, Washington, job number 30161. If you have any questions regarding the content of this video or questions further, please contact your Hughes Fire sales associate. Thank you and congratulations on your new apparatus.